Hello and welcome back to Stop and Go Formula One. Unbelievable, we're back again for another car launch for the 2023 season, and this time it is Williams who have launched their car today. And wow, they launched themselves. Actually, very, very good. They really put Red Bull to shame, I thought, and that's coming from someone who is a fan of Red Bull. Now, I loaded up the stream a little bit before it actually started, and they have the countdown clock there. But it's not just the countdown clock. Above the countdown clock, they actually had some little videos playing. There was a message from James Vowles, and there was also a couple video packages of Logan Sargent describing his Formula 2 career and the highs and lows that he had in last year's season, which I thought was a genius move there, because Logan Sargent, of course, is one of the three rookies this year, but it's probably the least well known, especially for me. I find that I know very little about him at all. I know he is an American person who competed in Formula 2. Because when you have someone like Oscar Piastri, who was in so much of the news last year, and Nick De Vries, who we got to see actually racing last year in his one-off appearance at Monza, Logan Sargent has not had that kind of publicity at all. So to have those video packages playing as we're waiting for the car to unveil, so we get to know this guy a little bit more, very good. Now, in the Red Bull launch, we had to wait an hour before they unveiled that the car looked the same. Williams took a different strategy. They waited 2 minutes before unveiling that the car looks the same. And here it is. This is the Williams for the 2023 season. Now, of course, it's not exactly the same, but it's basically the same. So here is a picture of the Williams at Abu Dhabi last year, the final race of the year, and here is the new one. So basically, we're sticking with the blue base with the red lines. Now here, this now goes two diagonals. Before, it was maybe a cross there. I don't know. The main difference, of course, is Latifi's sponsors are gone. So this Lavazza coffee, that's gone. And it has been replaced by Duracell. Let's zoom in here, again, very pixelated. You can see the airbox here is like a Duracell battery. We get a better look there. Look at that. And then also, it's on the halo as well. It's like another little battery. People are loving this, understandably, because it looks cool. But I was convinced that they'd done this before. I thought last year's car had this. It didn't. I thought maybe it launched with that, because Williams famously last year had a launch livery, realised the paint for the livery was far too heavy, and then cut away massive chunks to black like this here, and on the front wing here, and down here, and down here, and up here, and here, because, you know, having no paint is lighter, and you can go a bit quicker. So the Williams livery looked very different from race to race as they cut away at it. So I thought maybe the launch one had the Duracell on it, but it didn't either. So then I thought to myself, maybe I had seen a vision of the future, and I am some kind of powerful being that can see into the future and knows what's going to happen. But it turns out it was a one-off look for the Miami race. So they had done it before, but I do think it looks better now. The orange looks a bit better here than the brown from that Miami there. But as you can see from this car here to this car here, not any huge changes. But a big one is Gulf. This is their new sponsor. Of course, Gulf were working with McLaren not too long ago. We got the famous McLaren Gulf livery at the Monaco Grand Prix for 2021. Some people were thinking that we were going to get the Gulf livery on the Williams this year. Obviously, we haven't, but I would not be surprised if that made an appearance at some point this year. Also, look, they've got something on the wheels. And if you've been watching my car launch videos, you know I love it when they put something on the wheels. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, it looks good. If people are wanting drastic change, they haven't got it, but there is more change here than on the Red Bull, and people are loving the Duracell battery because it's great to look at. There you go. Look at that. But yeah, the launch itself was really good, hosted by Will Buxton, who did a very good job. What I also really liked about it was that a lot of it focused on the Williams Driver Academy. They focused on 3 drivers they've got in F3, and then they brought out Jamie Chadwick, who's in the Williams Driver Academy, the 3-time W Series champion, and they did mention where she's racing now, and I can't remember where it is. I'll do a quick Google in the background while I talk to find out what that was. But yeah, it's very good to focus on that, introduce some stars of the future whilst talking about the car of now, which is all good, especially with the Williams Driver Academy, because, you know, there's the Red Bull Driver Academy, Ferrari, Mercedes, Alpine. You wouldn't really think of Williams being a team that would have that kind of thing, but they do, and it seems to be doing very well. Jamie Chadwick is driving in Indy NXT with the legendary Andretti Autosport, which that's a good name to get yourself in with there. It does well there. Who knows? Maybe we'll see you on a Formula One grid in 2026. So there you go. That was the Williams for this one here. Let's bring the Williams picture up one more time. Williams for 2023. Very good launch show. Very enjoyable. Really, really well done. The car livery looks fine. Nothing brand new there. Looking to the future of Williams, it's a rough one. I mean, at the start of the launch show, they said, a new start for Williams. And I'm sure Williams have had like 6 new starts in the last 2 years. So I think they're a bit all over the place at the minute. And from the interviews with Alex Albon, it didn't seem like his ambitions were high for this season. And I can understand as to why. I think it's been a bit of a rickety ship since Yost left and has been replaced by James Vowles. Honestly, I don't think it's going to be a good year for Williams. I would not be surprised if we're sat here at the end of the season and Williams haven't scored any points again. I think it's going to be really, really difficult, which isn't going to be great for Logan Sargent. I don't think he's going to learn much. I hope I'm wrong and they do really well. And I think Albon is the right guy to have there because I think he really proved himself last year. He was absolutely fantastic. So hopefully they do well. That's all I can say here. We'll see you now tomorrow, because tomorrow is the Alfa Romeo launch, which should be interesting. See how much Audi stuff they fit in there. I imagine not too much, but that'll be tomorrow. So until then, goodbye.